y'all, how's it going? It's
Welcome
Live
back.
Reactions, back again with another video. And this time we got, I didn't even say my name. My name's John Cam.
I think they know us by
Oh,
now.
they know us. Yeah, that's right. They know us
but
already.
That's John. I'm Mila Me.
Okay, and today we got Tupac
The interview.
interview
What y'all been waiting for?
by Ed Gorden.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to get on into it. You got anything you want to input?
No, I'm just looking forward to this. Like, Tupac, he tells a lot about himself during these interviews and showing how smart he is, how intellect he has about not just music, but the world around.
Right, so it should give you a more insight of who he is in this interview. So.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to it. Y'all ready?
I'm
ready.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
I have something to offer to business that hasn't been shown before. You know, I have a whole energy that represents not just black youth, but white youth, Mexican youth. You know what I'm saying? That change right before you go from being 18 and unresponsible to when you go to being like 21, 22, and the whole world's on your shoulders. I believe strongly that my audience empathize with me because I show that side. I show that emotion, raw, uncut, good and bad. And so I think I can bring that more funnel, more directed into screenplays, more albums, producing, managing. You know what I'm saying? If I can figure out just how to control it, I can use it on a lot of different levels.
I think it's really good though that he didn't just limit himself to just music. You know, like he went above and did a couple of movies.
Well, he started out doing poetry first.
Right.
Well, writing poems, and that just translated into music, and now he's starting to dive into movies and who knows what else he would have did if he would have still been
he was saying like directing and managing, like
Ice Cube. He started directing his own movies.
Right.
Pac would have probably did the same thing. I think he did direct one of his. I'm not sure, but I think he did do one of them.
Wouldn't be surprised. He has that.
Well, at least have some good, a lot of input to it.
Trip off, because it happens out of nothing. It just goes, you know, everybody just be screaming and acting, and I just trip. I get uncomfortable, and it's like similar to a deer being caught in the headlights. I just freeze, you know, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should be what they want me to be, or if I should make them hate me so they can stop. You know, like say something mean so they can just stop. But I'm just like caught in the middle of it because you can't. I mean, no one can do that. Police can't do that. They can't stand in front of all those people and control them with a gun and mace and all that. So me with just words, it's like a battle to find the right words to say at the right time.
I'm curious, when you think about the idea that you do have that kind of control over so many people, in one sense, the whole idea of being a role model comes up in the imagery. And a lot of people who know you, and I talked to them beforehand, suggested that, hey, you know, when you meet him, he's going to be something entirely different than you imagine and what the media is portraying him. What about that idea that you have been portrayed? And sometimes, I mean, to be honest, you like the portrayal of you just hard, thug.
That's right.
Don't step on me.
That's right.
You're in trouble.
That's right.
Yet there's another side to you, too. What about that idea that you've got to be able to figure out where you're going?
To me, it's like it is my sensitive side that likes to blow up the hard side, because if my image or my reputation can stop a confrontation before it happens, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is day to day. It's a constant man ego check going on in this street, in this world. So part of that is just like, you know, that's my resume. But as far as the media, they look at it as something different. They don't care about my resume. They don't care about me not getting in trouble. It's just another story, you know, and it's a real story. They don't have to pay for it, and they're going to milk it for all it's worth. As far as people, they want me, when they first see me, to humble myself. They want me to be like this and da-da-da, just because they're scared of me. But I don't feel like that's my job, to humble myself, to show you that I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat, unless you're a threat to me. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, when you meet Pac, he's different than he is, because when somebody one-on-one, anybody one-on-one, I believe, honestly, that I can talk. I believe that I have the ability to...
Like, I hate that, you know, people be taking music, like, so seriously. like the words that people say when it's like it's for entertainment.
Right,
like,
that's what it's supposed to be for, and they automatically assume that that's the type of person and lifestyle that you live when you
just
talk about
trying to
guns
make
and
your
killing
money,
somebody
right?
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like, they don't do that as often with acting. Like, when people act in movies, like, oh, they probably mean because they played a villain. But a lot of the music people, they just say, oh, he talking about killing, he a thug, and he do this, he do that. And probably, like...
A lot of them just doing it for entertainment.
Exactly.
And just trying to get some
never
sales,
had a gun, you know? Right. So, yeah, I do feel connected with him with that because... Right. That's not his job to make you feel comfortable. Like, talk to him first. Get to know me.
Because
you judge
like
me.
you said, you're not a threat. You know, you're not a threat to nobody unless you're threatening him.
Right.
And that's, you know, for anybody, you're not a threat to somebody threatening you.
Unless they show you that they threaten, and then you take offense. But until then, like, give everybody a chance. You know.
Right.
To reason, I have logic, I have compassion, I have understanding. If we talk, there's no problems. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what happens. People use what they heard in the media, and that's how they come at me. And then, you know, we got to clash.
One of the things that you read in the media is that you're angry, that you personify your generation, that you just got some angry folks out there, and you're one of them. I'll put it to you. Are you angry? Are you angry with what you see society is about?
Yeah. I'm extremely angry, confused. You know, a lot of the times that I sat up in court, I couldn't defend myself. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like the things they were saying about me were beyond.
I was in court, like even just on a traffic ticket, it's like you feel like you can't say nothing because if you say something, they're gonna probably try to lock you up.
Use it against you.
And you feel like you just have no power, no say so, nothing. Everything just come down to what the judge says, and you just powerless. You have no rights once you in their court.
Yeah. And
that's how I kind of how I think he feeling right now. It's pretty much saying that he don't have any power.
Which they say you innocent to proven guilty, but I feel like that's...
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, that's not true.
I think it's guilty to innocent.
It is, because they handcuff you though. Yeah. You know, if you innocent, why are you handcuffing me? Right?
Yeah.
So they need to change that wording around because it's false.
Yeah, it is false. Well, for a certain group. But I'm going to leave it at that.
A lot of people tell me Tupac is, for the most part, a nice guy. This old thug thing, hype. Good for record sales. Helps him identify with the young people who are out there and angry, who would maybe label him a sellout, like they did Hammer, if he didn't have that hard side. What about that?
First of all, nobody could call me a sellout. I'm not going for that. I'm not even in that. I'm not looking for approval from the black community because we don't give approval. You know, we don't really do nothing but exist. So it's not like black people could tell me you a sellout or you true blue. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. You know, from the
like he right though. Like even though like when you do make it big and you got the riches and stuff, you still kind of feel like when you're around certain people, you still feel like you don't belong, you know, in a way, like
because you
they
made it.
Yeah, they kind of make it feel that.
And a lot of them get jealous, and that's when they start to want to take from
hurt
you, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like even the rich people, because you know you see a certain color, and you're like they all looking at you like, where you get that Rolex from? Who you stole that
from? They don't believe that you can make that kind of money.
Like you don't belong
like
here.
You stole that or
something like that. Yeah, that's what I kind of feel.
Yeah, that's what it's like actually.
You know, from the business that everybody.
I'm play devil's advocate again.
Right.
Critics say, yeah, but you're being pimped. You're being pimped by the record executives who will allow you to do your thug life because it portrays a certain black. I mean, you've heard it, that if you were just a singer, you wouldn't have the same record contracts you have.
Right.
But because you portray the thug life, the gangster rap, they've allowed you to make that money. They've allowed you to push and make your platinum.
I beg to differ. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting pimped. That's true. But just like how a woman would be, you know what I'm saying? Anybody to be pimped. You know, it's like, it's not that you get pimped. It's how long you get pimped. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really look at this situation, it is not I who's being pimped. When you look at them white kids with Raiders hats on, it's the white folks getting pimped. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making their future. I'm writing down their curriculum. Right now, what I write in my album today, when it comes out in 2 months, that's what white kids is doing. So who really is getting pimped? What I'm writing in my raps is what them white kids is gonna be saying to their mamas and daddies when they come home. Who is getting pimped? You know what I'm saying? I'm a high school dropout. You know what I'm saying? As far as my teacher told me when I was in high school, I ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. You know, everybody's getting pimped. Whether you work a 9 to 5 or whether you work for yourself, you're getting pimped by somebody. That's not the crime. The crime is how long you allow yourself to get pimped. You have to come up. Everything is a come up. Everything is a struggle. You start from the bottom, working to the top. The press and the media make you think that a black man arming himself is illegal or criminal, or that he wants to arm himself to rob a liquor store or something. You know what I'm saying? That is for me to defend myself, and it should always be. It's just about surviving, you know, and we have to be honest about the tools that we use to survive. And why is a black life any more recoupable than a white life? You know what I'm saying? We know that they don't put the same security in the ghetto that they do in the whites in the white neighborhoods. So therefore, for me to be out here saying don't, you know, put your guns down and no violence, that's hypocritical. And if I didn't talk about the violence, everybody would act like the violence wasn't there. We, as rappers, bought that violence. We bought the violence that we seen on the street. We put in our records for years. And after 3-4 years, people finally starting to see it because of all the statistics that's going on in the streets. If we stop talking about it, then they wouldn't take statistics. And when they stop taking statistics, then we'd be killing each other in the street, and these white people wouldn't care no more. Only reason they care is because, you know, there's been some strays, and we just slipped over in the white neighborhoods, and there's kids in Iowa that want to be like us. You know what I'm saying? There's kids in Indiana that's trying to be like us, because they can relate too. You know what I'm saying?
You even admitted, I don't live in that neighborhood anymore. There's no real reason for you to carry a 9mm.
Don't believe that. Why? In 2 years, I've had a gun pulled on me by my limo driver, by police, by everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I better be. You know what I'm saying? I've been attacked. You ain't read the papers about these skinheads trying to blow up black churches. Why? They see me as the enemy just like y'all do. You know what I'm saying? They can come to my house and sit outside my house just like anybody else can. A skinhead. And once my life is gone, it's gone. Can't nobody give it back to me. Not the judge, not the president, not the governor, not Calvin Butts, not Jesse Jackson. They can't do nothing but come to my funeral and talk pretty about how black people suffer. You understand? And as far as Jesse Jackson, my first acting job was at the Apollo Theater when Jesse Jackson was running for president in 1984. It hurts me for him to say anything negative about any rapper because we supported him. He should support us. You know what I'm saying? As far as his image, you know what I'm saying? What was he doing? You know, he should be the last person talking about gun violence when he sat right there while Martin Luther King caught one in the neck. You know what I'm saying? Things ain't really changed that much. I swear to God, nothing I ever say is meant to be something where innocent people get hurt. Nothing I ever say is meant to be like a end all, let's go do it right now. Nothing. Everything I ever say, and if any, this is so we can set it clear, anything I ever say as it pertains to my peers and being strapped is only in self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Because right now where I'm at, the world is harsh. And I just don't got no beautiful stories. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be getting them ready. Because that's why I think I messed up. If somebody would have grabbed me, pulled me to the side and been like, look, Tupac, as soon as you step out here, they're gonna be at you. If somebody would have explained it to me, I wouldn't have took the same mistakes. But I made those mistakes. And that was my job to stop somebody else from making those same mistakes. To lay it out. To lay out the real map on the world and how it is.
Whoa. Giving it to him straight. Like, it's funny how the dude that's interviewing him, I kind of feel like he kind of trying to, you know, provoke him to, like, see his ugly side or something.
You think so?
Kind of, because he's like, you know, why you need that? You're not in them neighborhoods no more. Like, you don't live my life.
He can leave the neighborhood anytime. He rich. He don't need the neighborhood no more. Exactly. But he still go back because he care for his people.
That, and then, like he said, like, who's to say, like, somebody, you know, walking past just don't like him to shoot him? You know, like, you make a lot of enemies along the way as you progress.
In life,
like you still got those same people that didn't like you.
I would say as you progress as a black person in life, you get those enemies. I think as another race that doesn't happen.
maybe not. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like he kind of trying to push him there. But he holding his own. Like, he more nicer than I would have thought he would have went off. Like, what?
No, he ain't went off in this one.
No, he didn't go off. I'm surprised he's so cool, calm, collective. But
Alright,
yeah,
well, we're gonna stop it there. And
oh yeah,
it's kind of long, so we're gonna do a part 2 to this. Hopefully, just a part 2.
Yeah, I think just part 2 is cool. We halfway through.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good, start of his interview, and he talked a lot of good deep stuff in this interview.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get to the next one. He, teach us some more stuff.
Right.
All right. Other than that, if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.